Hi, my name is Leslie Canarium, and I'm Reader Conversations Librarian here at the Rogers Public Library. For our December Adult Take It, Make It, we are making bookish Christmas or holiday baubles that you can hang on your tree. In your kit, you'll get just a plain plastic Christmas ornament like this. It might have sparkles on it. Don't worry about it. We're going to cover them up. But I mean, if you like sparkles, we can put them back on. You'll also be getting some glue and some pages torn from a damaged book that was otherwise going to go in the trash. But we're going to use that to make nice little decorated decoupage ball. There should be enough if you like the design and you want to do it with your family or your kids, that it's a good thing to do with kids. You can get additional plastic baubles at any hobby or craft store very inexpensively. What you're also going to want is a cup to work with to mix your coating in, and you'll need a brush. This is just kind of a trashy throwaway brush, which I like to use for this sorts of projects because I don't worry about ruining it. Maybe something to keep your scraps of paper in. And because this is a very goopy project, your fingers will get gluey, worse things happen, but you do probably want to put something to cover your work surface. And to help you hold your bauble, you can either put it in a little cup like that, or I took a paper cup and just poked a hole in the top, so I had a nice little stand. All right, let's get started. Just going to take my sheets of paper and I'm gonna tear them up. You want them in little pieces. Tearing is better than cutting because it gives you this nice jagged edge. I also like that this paper is a little yellowed, so it has kind of an antique look. This particular damaged book I'm working with is really nice for this project because the words come in different ink colors and, as you can see, different fonts, which makes for a more interesting project. So just ripping this up into little pieces, that should work fine. Now we're doing something a little fun here. We've worked with the decoupage before, and as I showed you, if you don't want to go out and buy the Mod Podge, you can just mix equal part ordinary, school glue and water. But what making your own also allows you to do is to have some sort of interesting effects with your decoupage. For example, we're going to lean into the antique look, and I'm just putting some glue in my cup here. And instead of mixing it with water, which you can do if you want, I'm going to mix it with leftover coffee. This is just leftover from my morning coffee. You want it cold because if you do it hot, you could burn yourself. You can also use tea. You can also just use water with a couple of drops of food coloring in it if you like. I haven't tried that, but I don't see why it shouldn't work. And as you can see, when I mix it, stir it up with my glue, it makes this nice sort of antique caramel color, which works really well with the page of text to give it the whole thing a rather antique feel. I think I want a little more glue there. You want it to be liquid and easy to brush, but not goopy. So texture of good thick paint. And I'm going to take my little bauble here and I'm going to start at the top, the hanging part, just because it's easier to work with that way. Just take a scrap paper and you can see I'm already getting glue all over everything. And when you paint the glue on, hold it in place. There we go. And you can see it gives it just the little touch of antiquing, which is really pleasing. You want to make sure you saturate the paper with glue, the decoupage medium there, and paint out any wrinkles. Have your text going all sorts of different directions. Like I said, you will get glue all over your fingers. It's okay. Nothing that soap and water won't take care of. You want to make sure it's all overlapping nicely. Yeah, some of these pieces in the margin here are pretty blank, so I'm just setting those aside because they don't add a lot of interest to the design. You want to get a good bit of overlap here, making sure I'm getting all the wrinkles out. I mean, you could leave the wrinkles in. That adds a little bit of interest too, I suppose. Where I see too much blank spaces in the design, I'm just going over and adding a little text there. Let's take a look and see if we've got any places that want a little more coverage. Like right there. Just a little piece. Stick that right over there. Hold it in space. When you're finishing up, you might want to go over everything's with a big gloopy bit of on your brush to make sure that everything's lying nice and flat. Everything's beautifully covered, and it'll make drying take longer, but also it'll make it dry with a nice shiny surface. So just going over everything with a little bit more glue. You can kick it up a notch at this stage. I sprinkled a little glitter on it. You can sprinkle glitter all over, or you can just put it on the bottom as it's drying. You can also take some wrapping paper, holiday wrapping paper that has a small design, like maybe, I don't know, some holly leaves. Cut those out, put that on top, and put a little more glue on it. Or a design from a holiday napkin would work well too. You want something very thin, so it's kind of translucent when you put the glue on it. But other than those embellishments, just smooth it all out. And then you have to be patient because we want this to dry thoroughly. And I'm talking about overnight, maybe a whole 24 hours before you take it out of whatever you've set it in to dry. This is one that I had prepared for and let dry. As you can see, the coffee gives it this lovely little antique flavor. I sprinkled a little glitter on it. And you should have in your kit a little bit of ribbon. They're different colors. And I'm going to poke that ribbon through the top with the tip of a pencil. And now I'm going to grab it from the other side with my pin and just pull that ribbon through. And the first thing you want to do is you want to tie it neatly right on top of the holder so it stays in place. And then you're going to give it a little loop right at the top so it's ready to hang. You could tie a little bow on it if you like so. Now, isn't that pretty? If you even want to go more elaborate, because when do I never want to overdo things? If you've got some sequins, you can hot glue them on. I made a little L for Leslie on this one. You can paint on it to decorate it with either acrylic paint or, you know me, I like to paint on things with nail polish, which will make a nice, shiny, vibrant design. And really, that's all there is to it. So hope you have a good time making these. And come back next month when the project will be making little flower lamps for your tea lights.